what up, though? What up, though? What up, though? It's your brother Speak Rock. Oh, feeling good today. Black History Month. Mr. RJ Walk is walking in the building. Hey, walking Black History right there. Look, today is going to be a great show. Thank y'all for being with me. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, look, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody tuning in last week. It was dope last week. And today is going to be another dope show. Look here, let's go ahead and get some house cleaning out of the way real quick. If you have not connected with me on Speak Rock platforms, it's too easy. I don't know what you're waiting on. Speak Rock, SPEAKROC. That's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find me real easy. If you miss any content of the Speak Rock show, you can easily go to Speak Rock on YouTube. I got a YouTube channel. Check me out. You can catch all the latest episodes. Just go to YouTube search engine, just type in Speak Rock, SPEAKROC. Or you can go to Google, type in Speak Rock, SPEAKROC. Trust me, you'll find it and you'll see me. But look, I got a real great lineup for you today. Hey, coming up later, we're going to have Queso Tone, Know Me, the single off his EP, The Signature. That'll be coming up at 1:30. Also, we're going to be getting into some politics. We're going to be talking about how we need to organize, how you need to vote, what information you need. Trust me, this is going to be some good stuff. We're going to have a political commentator, Colette Ramsey, call in. This is going to be a good show. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. Go ahead and share this now. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Instagram right now. I'm sharing the Speak Rock platform with the masses. So that way everybody can come in, everybody can chime in, and we all can learn something together. Hey, today is that day. Hey, look, also, I want to make sure that I give a special thank you to everybody. I really appreciate y'all. I really do. I really appreciate everybody chiming in. I appreciate everybody giving me tidbits and giving me information and giving me feedback. Let me know how I'm doing on the show. I mean, I really appreciate it because I take everything that, people are sharing with me. You took time to say it. I took time to listen, and I took even more time to do something about it. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Look, without you all, there will be no Speak Rock the show. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before we get into it, let me speak to all my creators out there. All my creators, everybody who wants to go ahead and put on their best face and who wants to create content for the world. And let me tell you this. If you're looking for a high-quality, full-service video and photography studio, look no further than Sincere Visuals Photography. Sincere Visuals has all the equipment you need, or you can bring your own camera equipment. Hey, if you want to make some videos, you want to take some headshots of yourself, this is the place where you need to go. For more information, contact Sincere Visuals at 313-515-0093. That's 313-515-0093. Sincere Visuals, helping you develop an amazing content for your brand. Hey, look. Thank you all. Shout out Sincere Visuals for being a sponsor. Yesterday, I had I would say the honor and the privilege. Yesterday, turned on my Amazon Fire Stick, and I started looking at Who Killed Malcolm X? Documentary on Amazon. Awesome documentary. Awesome documentary. And what's so awesome about it is you got an independent historian that's looking in and saying, hey, look, something happened to Malcolm X and I need to find out. Because the bootleg stories that we're given, isn't good enough. These stories that they're telling us of what happened to Malcolm X isn't good enough. But here's something interesting that stuck out to me. What's interesting is that the Nation of Islam that we all know with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, by him being a founder, right? He comes in contact with Malcolm Little. Malcolm Little being Malcolm X, or transforming into Malcolm X. Yes, he came up into the Nation of Islam. Yes, he was transformed. Yes, he was given knowledge that transformed him as a black man to one of the greatest ministers or orators that this planet has ever seen. But one thing that was so interesting to me is that there was strife, there was envy, there was discourse, there was a lot of things that was going on between the relationship of Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X. And the sad thing is that it just started getting ugly. And what I saw was you had one individual being, how can I say, possibly manipulated, possibly influenced negatively about one of the greatest gifts that ever blessed the Nation of Islam. Let's just be honest about it. Malcolm X, is great as Elijah Muhammad was, Malcolm X helped bring the Nation of Islam to where it is, I would say, even dare say, where it is currently. Some would probably think that's sacrilegious, or that isn't right. You don't know what you're talking about. But let's just keep it. The Nation of Islam grew when Malcolm X was out front, being the voice, saying what he had to say, being unapologetic about it, being a unafraid, not a buck-broken black man, but being a strong black man that wasn't ashamed or afraid to say what needed to be said. But lo and behold, jealousy and envy will make its way into the camp. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, why is this? How is this? Why did this happen? Where could the Nation of Islam be, and where could black folk be if they continue to groom, develop, and work with Malcolm X? What if Malcolm X never got assassinated because he was protected by the Nation of Islam and he lived? Where would we be then as black people? How much further would we have gotten? See, the world, now we'll never know, because guess what? A few jealous and envious, I don't care, look, FBI, CIA, wayward members of the Nation of Islam, I don't care how you put it. The fact of the matter is that he was assassinated due to the fact that people couldn't get with the program. All I'm saying is, why didn't we take care of our own? Why didn't we put aside petty differences or issues or whatever it was and said, you know what? This is our champion. And we got him. And we're going to protect him. And we're going to lift him up. And by us lifting him up, it's going to lift us up to where we need to be as a people. See, I know that sounds like work, right? That sounds like, I'm pretty sure I'm talking to somebody right now and y'all thinking to yourselves like, well, who gonna lift me up? Who gonna do something for me? I get it. But let me say it like this. This is the reason why we in the condition that we in. This is why black folk, I would dare say, and some will argue, that we're in no different stage or situation than what we were during the civil rights era. Because if we were in a different place, we wouldn't have people still walking around talking about, man, we are our worst enemy. My God, that rings a bell. That sounds familiar. I said all that to say what? Election season is upon us. Oh yeah, some people have already done early voting. And some of you may say, voting, here we go. Who cares? Why do we want to do it? Why is that important to me? I get it. I get your frustration. But I will tell you this. As long as you live in these United States of America, whether you vote or not, whatever is voted upon and whoever is elected to office, these are the people who's going to be making decisions while you didn't vote. While you still live here, in one way or another, you're going to be affected. You may be affected a little. You may be affected a lot. But either way, you're affected. Trust me when I tell you. And my thing is, since you're here, why not be in the game? Since black folk like to play games a lot. Every time I talk to a black person, man, you gotta play the game. You gotta hustle. Okay, I get it. Hustle in this. Hustle in doing your civic duty and elect some people that's going to put you in a position to prosper. Oh, better yet, let me say it like this. How about elect some people, lift up some people, sponsor some people that's going to uplift your people. Here Rock go again. Here Rock go talking about nation building. Here Rock go talking about unification. Here Rock go talking about strategy. Here he go. Here he go with his optimistic self. It's better to be that than be somebody kicking in your door, robbing you. I'm just saying. It can be one or the other. Yeah, we act like for every one of me right now, that's a dude that's hungry on the street, ready to take something from you. So I'm just saying, I'm the kind of guy, hey, let's speak on positivity. Let's speak on moving forward. Let's speak on unification. Let's speak on becoming one. And why do I say this? I say this because guess what? We as a people, as a black people, we still have a lot to learn. We still have a lot that we need to execute on. Because I think right now we just got it too good. I was reading an article talking about, why aren't black people as unified as they are, as they were during the civil rights era? Why? Somebody said, well, you know what, during the civil rights era, all types of segregation. Segregation was the thing that brought you together. You ain't had no choice but be together. Because of segregation, you went to your own schools. Because of segregations, you went to your own restaurants. Because of segregation, you had your own businesses, tailors, bus lines, bakeries, you name it. You had your own stuff. But the moment desegregation hit, all of a sudden, black folk got splintered and we started believing that white ice is colder. So now we don't want to be bothered with each other. And the battle cry now for black folk is, we are our own worst enemy. And you know what? I wonder who told us that. Where we get that from? Why do we even believe that? Why do we even recite that? Maybe it's because we're so splintered, we're so separated. It's a divide and conquer mechanism that has been imposed upon us, and we don't want to believe it. Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, excuse me. I had to cough a little bit. My cough kind of sounds like Stockholm Syndrome. Just saying. Because a lot of us, it seems as if we like that cold white ice, and we want to be connected to what we perceive to be what's a better life for us versus us being together. Once again, you live in America. You live by America's rules, regardless if you feel like you don't want to abide by them or not. Don't pay taxes, see what happened. See what happened to you. They might not get you now. They may get you later. Either way, they gonna get you. Just saying. You still abide by the rules. Now, when you could have voted for a situation to pay less taxes, you decided not to. And guess what? Higher taxes are coming your way because you didn't participate. Just saying. When you can't afford to go to a university because student loans is still kicking everybody butt, you could have voted for a candidate that could have did something about it, but you chose not to. So now guess what? It's going to cost your children and your grandchildren, just because you don't go to college, it's going to cost your seed, your future seed. I guess they just going to have to suffer because you decided not to do nothing. I know. It's tough. It's tough, but it's right. I can keep going and on and on and on and on and on. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur, but don't they understand that legislation and laws govern how you will be able to conduct business? See, but everybody want to be a baller. I get it. So you want to be a baller and just get all black folk just to buy from you? Buy my t-shirt. Buy my apple pie. Buy my painting. All you're doing is selling to black folk. Then you think you get big, then you want to sell to white folk, when white folk really looking at you like, look, we don't want none of that Negro stuff. And truth be told, even if we do want it, we're going to figure out how to take it from you. Breakfast Club, hip hop, you name it. When I'm wrong, I'll stop talking. How does a Keys, please help me. How does a people make up a culture, make up a music, but you don't run it? I'll stop talking whenever I'm wrong. But see, there's a black person somewhere like, can I say the word? I ain't gonna say it. Shut up. That's what, I gotta shut up. But Mr. Kilowaski, he's sitting there putting people in 360 deals. But I gotta shut up. This is what I'm getting at. We'll be so quick to say, well, who are you? Well, who am I? I'm SPEAKROC. What do I know? Probably not nothing. I know a little bit. I might know a lot. But the point is, we got to talk about these things. We got to unify. Now, let me say it like this. The reason why I'm getting on this, because there's a little viral, Keith, I don't know if you saw it. There's a viral video going out from a rapper. His name is Yellow Pain. And Yellow Pain released like kind of like an educated instruction on why you should vote and the importance of voting and the aspects of voting. You know, talking about the judicial, the legislative, and the executive branches of government. We remember that. Just schooling folk a little bit. And he was like, you know, the reason why you don't have what you don't have because y'all just stuck on wanting to vote for the president, but you don't vote for the other aspects of elected officials. And it's catching traction on social media, you know, based on what you look at. And so I was like, okay, got it. And you know what? My first thought was hip hop has always led the way in social issues. Always. Since some can argue and say that hip hop, the foundation of it is a social project. The way we live, the conditions in which we live in, our lack. You know what other? Well, a lot of other people, but hip hop is so culturally authentic that it really reminds you of more like native tribes. Think about it. Native tribes take materials, they take lambskins, they take wood, make instruments, beat on them. Got it. All day in Africa, right? Black folk took extension cords, power lines from the city, house speakers, then took them down to a park, then took your mom's 45 or whatever the case may be, took her album, scratched them to death, made a break, and started rhyming over it. Hip hop. Boy, what you doing with that cardboard? I'm getting ready to go break dance. What? Why you got that spray paint? You ain't nothing but a hoodlum. No, this is art. This is called graffiti. There's not a major metropolis that you can go to now in the city and you not look at it. Now we call them murals. Back in the day, we call them graffiti or tagging. But we don't own none of that. But I digress. However big you think Jay-Z is, there's somebody bigger. Ooh, why is that? Dame Dash, Jay-Z, get back together. My point is this. I made an Instagram post on that. Said I'll say it to their face. We suffering because y'all can't work together. Yeah, two brilliant minds. What did he do? See, now I'm kind of getting off track a little bit, but I'm gonna say it. I just want to know what happened. Like, did he sleep with your wife? What happened? Did he sleep with your daughter? R. Kelly type? What happened? Y'all don't get along that? Okay, but we suffering because y'all can't get along. Got it. And I know many people like, we ain't got to get, to say that we don't have to get along to make moves like that, that's why we still in the position that we in. Because all of us are individual bosses. And we making it work. No, man, it just take a little humility. You know what, bruh? Got it. I was out of pocket, whatever the case may be, Because if y'all ain't about to go over blows for it, or ain't about to be no gunplay, it ain't that serious. Ooh. I know, I'm making everybody feel bad. I'm talking about Jay. People don't like when you talk about Jay. I don't care. It's true. Leading back to what I said, Elijah Muhammad should have protected Malcolm X with everything that he had in him. You are the new coming. You are a godsend. This place wouldn't have grown without you. And if I care about my... See, I'm talking too much sense. This makes too much sense. But see, that's why you got a lot of old heads. I use me for example. They see me coming, they be like, man, forget him. He loud. He's saying stuff that don't go along with the masses. We can't deal with him. Because he ain't easy. He can't be tamed. He Kunta Kinte. He always trying to escape. He just don't want to. I'm Fiddler. You know, well, I'm not Fiddler. I'm Kunta Kinte. They Fiddler. If y'all know y'all roots history, just saying. Fiddler was okay with staying on the plantation. Kunta Kinte wasn't having it. Chop my foot off. I'm still running. So what? I'm built like that. That's just how I am. I understand networking and working with people, but my God, like, whew, okay, I'm about to get sidetracked because there's a lot of funny business going on in black culture right now that's just weird. Like, don't nobody stand on nothing. But I'm going to talk on that later. But let's talk about this, because what I'm going to get into, let's get back to Yellow Pain. So Yellow Pain that made this song, getting some traction. From what I see thus far, you got, who is it? You got, like, local, he's from Ohio. And he got local Ohio officials, you know, like, hey, look, this is cool. Kind of like trap kind of music or whatever. And you speaking about politics. And you know what? To the socially educated, to the politically educated, it probably resonates with them. But I'm going to tell you something. If we really going to make a mark, couple of things. We need to get unified. Well, first we need to get educated. Then we need to get some revelation. Because you can get, somebody can give you education keys. You ever been to school? You was taught something, but it didn't hit you till later until you got it. That's called revelation. That's also like a spiritual thing. But it's a revelation. Now you get it. So because education, revelation, unification, everybody want to be uniform versus being united. Uniform is just me and you wearing the same thing. Uniform. Or to put it in this terms, me and you just thinking the same thing. That's what we want. We get along with people like that. Black folk then got so sensitive. We don't want to be around. You see it on social media. I just got my circle and I just want to be around people like me with the same energy. There's some validity to that. But what we do, we cut people off soon as if we don't agree, if we don't think the exact same way, we just cut people off. We so silly acting that we don't understand. So we all want our communities to be better, right? We can agree. We want our communities to be better. We want our children to go to great schools. We want to make an honest wage and have a decent living, right? That's what we want. And we want peace. That's what we all want. Funny thing is, why are we not working together to get that way? Asian community does it. Italian community does it. Jewish community does it. Arab community does it. But what's our freaking excuse? And I'm tired of the excuse of, we are our own worst enemy. Who told us that? And how did we get that way? So when I'm speaking and I'm talking like this, I've heard people say, well, I don't like people hollering at me. Oh, we went over that last week. I holler because you don't listen. I holler because it needs to sink in. We would rather that somebody talk to us quiet and still stay ignorant. When will the cycle break? It has to break at some point. Here's the deal. Let me get back to this. So when I saw Yellow Pain video in his song talking about educating the masses on why you need to vote, I was thinking like, okay, no shot to Yellow Pain, but I was like, I need to pick up that ball and I need to run with it a little bit. Because voting alone in itself is just rudimentary. Because you just arbitrarily casting your ballot for whoever you think the next person to make a great president, that isn't going to cut it. It just isn't. That's not going to cut it. Because if you're not unified, and if you're not backing a candidate on all levels, city council, mayors, governors, senators, congressmen, president, judges, sheriff, you name it. If you're not voting almost in a down ballot kind of format, and I'm not talking about down ballot like somebody's forcing you to vote down ballot. I'm talking about you voting for people with like interests that has your best interest at heart. If you're not voting like that, you're really not doing nothing. If your vote is going everywhere, you're not doing nothing. You're just throwing stuff out there. Throwing stuff against the wall, hoping that it stick. Hoping that candidates do right by you. Why can't you be uniform to make the candidate do right by you? See, these are the things that we have to learn. These are the strategies that we need to pick up on. These are the lessons that we need to execute. Walking around blind and ignoring the situation, things don't get better. Let me make it a little personal. I don't know about y'all. I'm just putting my little business out there. Anybody ever had a delinquent bill? I have. I've had a delinquent bill. And you know what? You probably got to the point one time you was like, I ain't paying this money back. I don't feel like I should have to pay the money back. This is ridiculous. And guess what? The longer it took for you to pay that money back, or if you did not pay it back, it did not go away. It did not go away. Eventually, that bill leaves the original person that issued the bill, then it goes to collections. And it's reported on your credit report. It's not going away. So you can run from it, not pay your bills off if you want to, it's not going away. Interest is going to add up and it's still going to be there. Real talk. We treat our lives in politics like delinquent bills. We think it's going to go away, but it's not. But look here. We get ready to go into a break. Coming up after break, I'm going to have a political correspondent, Colette Ramsey's going to call in. And she's going to educate us and help us on what we need to do and how we need to strategize and how we need to become one and execute our vote in the right way. So look here. Right now, we get ready to get into Queso Tone, Know Me, and I'll see you back after the break.